Good evening, everyone. Welcome to These Are a Few of My Favorite Songs. This is installment number 5, I believe. I had some trouble figuring out a theme for Thursdays, but then I thought about it, and one of my biggest passions in life is musical theater, so it just makes sense for Thursdays to be Theatrical Thursday. Not that I won't ever share songs from shows on other days, but definitely always on Thursdays, they will be songs from musical theater. So, that being said, today I want to talk about The Secret Garden. It is by far, hands down, my all time favorite musical. The music in this show is stunning. It is haunting and ethereal and just unbelievably beautiful. I can't say enough about it. I was lucky enough, privileged enough to be able to portray Lily twice in my life, and Rose, her sister, once, and direct the show. So I've had 4 exposures, if you will, to this amazing piece of work. Also, just on a side note, I feel like the duet, Lily's Eyes, between the two brothers is the most beautiful male duet from any show ever. I just love it and could listen to it over and over and over again. It just is one of those songs that gives you chills and, goosebumps and all the feels. So anyway, back to my experiences with this show. The first time that I was in it, I portrayed Lily. It was in 1996 for VGCT. I was 30 years old. That particular time holds a very, very dear place in my heart because the music director of that show was the late, great Don Decker, who was not only my high school director, but also my mentor and very dear friend who I did community theater with for years, and just loved him so much. So definitely, like I said, hold that memory very close to my heart. Then the next time that I was involved was with CUTC. It was in, I don't know, 03 or 04. I don't really remember. Right around in there. And I was Rose, the sister. And my very dear friend John Stuff directed that production. And it was glorious and beautiful. It was at the Virginia Theater, and just a great show. The third time was with DLO Musical Theater. Used to be known as Danville Light Opera. It was my first show with DLO, and this was in 2010. Again, I was Lily. Now, the other fun part of that is that I got to help costume the first time, and I did all of the costuming in the 2010 production. And then in 2007, I directed it at the High School of St. Thomas More, and I costumed it, and I helped design the set. So I got to be really involved in the whole vision for the show, which was also very amazing. The interesting thing for me about portraying Lily twice is that I feel like while the first time holds such a great place in my heart, I was young and my kids were young, and I don't know that I had grown enough yet as an actress, as a singer, and as a person to really fully grasp the magnitude of that role. The second time around, I just feel like I understood her more, and personally got more out of it. The constant between the 3 times that I was in the show was my dear friend Michael Steen. And interestingly, the first time and the third time that I was in it and portrayed Lily both of those times, he was Archibald in both of those. So we played opposite one another. The CUTC version, when I was Rose, he was Dickon. So completely different roles, and also a lot of fun to be in it and be somebody else, because that's one of those shows. I mean, I would literally be a tree or a rock or anything if I could just be in it and sing the music and be a part of it. That's how much I love it. So anyway, let me tell you a little bit about the history of it. It was written in 1992, the musical. The book and lyrics are by Marcia Norman. The music is by Lucy Simon, and yes, sister to Carly Simon. It is based on the children's book by Frances Hodgson's, I can never say her name, Frances Hodgson Burnett. She also wrote, oh my goodness, now it's going right out of my head, the little book with Sarah Crew, Little Princess. So anyway, definitely a book that a lot of people read when they were younger. There was a beautiful movie made of it. So the story is familiar to most people. If you're not familiar, Lily marries Archibald, who Archibald is a recluse. He is wealthy, but he is a recluse because he has a hump on his back. He is deformed. And she sees his heart and his kindness and the beauty of him in that way, and falls in love with him and marries him against her sister's wishes. They have a child, but she dies during childbirth, and Archibald never really got over it. The twist in this show is that Archibald's brother, who's a doctor, was secretly in love with Lily and never understood why she chose Archibald and not him, because he's the handsome one, he's the doctor, had all the things, and she should have chosen him. And so he does a very disturbing thing. He tells Archibald that the baby is sick, and the baby is going to have a hump on his back too, and probably will not live, and that Archibald needs to let his brother Neville care for him, and he keeps this child bedridden, at one point even in an iron lung, and a nurse around the clock and lots of medicines and things, and in reality there's nothing wrong with him. It's very, very disturbing. Anyway, Lily, the part that I play, she's dead. I get to be a singing dead woman. And she is, they don't really call them ghosts in the show, they call them spirits, but she is one of the people who kind of haunts the manor, and that Archibald just can't let go of. And so he hears her at one point, definitely sees her. And that is the song that I am going to sing. Not that he doesn't see her at other times, but you definitely get the feel in this number that he can see her there, besides just feeling her presence. And it is How Could I Ever Know? Now, in the musical, it's a duet at the end. Obviously, I'm only going to do the first part because I don't have anybody here with me to do the duet part. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. As I said, it's one of my favorite shows, and I just love this character, loved playing her, and really, really love this song. I do have the music here with me, just because it's been a while. So I'm going to be somewhat looking at the music, but I hope you enjoy How Could I Ever Know from The Secret Garden. How could I know I would have to leave you? How could I know I would hurt you so? You were the one I was born to love. Oh, how could I ever know? How could I ever know? How can I say to go on without me? How, when I know you still need me so? How can I say not to dream about me? How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Forgive never again in this world, but oh, sure as you breathe, I am there inside you. Could I ever know? How could I ever know? And that is it. I probably should have warmed up first, a little rusty, but that's okay. You get the idea. As I said, one of my favorite musicals. If you don't know it, you should definitely check it out. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we do Fun Time Friday. All right. Bye-bye.